Detroit.
What up?
Welcome back to the number one podcast in the city of Detroit.
Turn that shit up.
The Str8 Shoot'N podcast. Each and every Tuesday, we in the motherfucking building.
Period.
We got a packed house today. Shit, we got everybody and their sisters and mamas in this bitch. So
we straight shooting. That's what we do.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
So we gonna get into it like we always do, I guess.
Who the hell is you, man?
I am Dr. motherfucking E.
John Q and this bitch. What up?
It's your girl Keys. What's up, Detroit?
What up? Who we got? Come on, get in this mouth.
I'm here some motherfucking where. I'm just chilling, Odd man out, no headphones, no mic. Y'all don't give a fuck about it, Mexicans.
Oh, shit. Oh, really? Hold on, man. Look, hold on, man. It's even kill, man. Hey, look. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you might be. Y'all might be a little outnumbered. Shit, it's 3 of y'all. Hey, look, it's 3 of y'all.
This what they do. They put the Mexican in the one who portrayed as a Mexican on the same mic. I think y'all slick and shit.
Whatever, dog.
Uncle nephew.
Hey, look, let me ask y'all this. Can I put in a motherfucking Home Depot order and shit?
You can. You
You know what I'm
can.
saying? Y'all got some 2x4s?
Doc got some. You heard the shit he said a minute ago.
We got some bananas, you goddamn Cuban.
Man, oh really? Well, how about a fucking burrito? You bastard.
It is Taco Tuesday. Yeah, it is Taco Tuesday.
Right, you know what I
So
mean?
as y'all can see, we packed to capacity. Me and my uncle El Fadado is sharing a mic together.
Y'all do that because you know Nacho is a real name. I'm
Man.
saying Nacho. Nacho's food.
I got a homeboy Nacho. I got a homeboy named Nacho.
Yeah.
But I didn't say Nacho. I said Fadado.
Fadado.
Even though I don't even know what that
Uncle
means.
Fadado.
Listen, I got side off. I was trying to say El Chapo, and it slipped my mind. Fadado was the first thing.
Goddamn, why you just ain't saying Jesus, nigga? Like, you know what I mean?
So I'm an honorary Mexican. So Frank, that's my uncle. So.
You know, that's how we do that. All right.
But anyway,
So, who we got in the building today?
Everybody in the room.
We got at least get everybody their names, man. What the fuck?
so
It's like
pop
you,
it off.
everybody?
We left off with Frank, so that leaves 3 more people in the building.
Okay, so we got.
Who are y'all?
Come
Got
on now.
lovely Lena here.
All right.
I'm Kaylin.
Hi,
All right.
Caitlin.
All right.
And I'm
special
Tiara.
guest.
What up, though,
Hi,
T?
Tierra.
I'm the owner of Dog by Dimps.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Period.
All right. That's what's up, y'all.
So look, you
Welcome
know,
to Str8 Shoot'N.
we do every time, every Tuesday.
Let's talk about this recap from Sunday, though.
We about to get into that right now. So how was y'all weekend? We got to run that down first.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, Lena. You might as well come on around.
Start with Lena.
Man. Well, my little brother graduated
Congratulations.
college.
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, he's actually my youngest brother out of us 9. So we're keeping it real traditional with the Mexican family,
Okay.
because we definitely are Mexicans.
That's what's up.
And
Say out of
there's
9.
plenty of us.
All right.
So yes, he's the last of my siblings.
Okay.
The youngest to graduate, and I definitely have a lot of family members that graduated. So
Okay.
shout out to them because at the end of the day, it ain't for everybody. So.
All right. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
You got nine
Yeah.
siblings?
Well, including myself, I have 8 brothers.
Damn.
Yo,
shit.
you the only girl?
Only girl.
Yeah.
That's
my
good.
man fucking with you.
Don't even look at Lena. Don't. She might get pregnant.
Nobody
Don't even
ain't
look
talk
at
shit
her.
because you got all them brothers and shit.
I'm out. You shouldn't even be afraid. It's me you should fear.
I'm not
Don't worry about the 8 brothers.
I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. So in general,
You say good luck with that.
coming up in the neighborhood, dudes probably was like, no, you can't. The brothers
with my
was like, you
sister.
can't fuck with
So
my
real talk.
Hey,
I
look.
know they trained you well.
I was about to say, I think for the most part, I've been able to kind of hold my own. So if anything, it's like I said, you should be worried about me.
Oh,
Just
so
know-
you be protecting your brothers.
So look,
and shit.
just know and
Just say
shit.
that.
right.
Just know fucking with her and shit, you go fuck around and get shanked and shit a million times.
I shake you.
For real.
So what about you, Keys?
What about you, Keys? How was your weekend?
y'all know it take me 30,000 hours to get ready. So my whole weekend
Man.
consisted of getting ready for Sunday.
All right.
That was my whole weekend. My whole Saturday, I was at the shop. I was trying to put together my little last minute stuff for my dress. Like, my whole weekend consisted of getting ready for Sunday for the awards. So that's what
Yeah,
I did.
you killed it. I'll say we all killed it. This shit.
Yeah, y'all look great in that red. Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So it was a wonderful weekend. You know, we did our thing this weekend.
Yeah,
So.
We did. We gonna get into that in 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do a spoiler.
Right. So what about you, Kaylin?
My weekend flew by. Like, I don't know where it went. I really can't even tell you what I did except for work. Like, my weekend was really working. I did take some time out for family. We had a little birthday party. That was awesome. But it was really just working. I enjoyed the weather when I could. Almost got blew away by the windstorm that was going on.
Man.
I was trying to be too fast outside, thinking I was cute, and I wasn't that cute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
I had a skirt on Sunday too.
trying to be cute.
Looking like Marilyn Monroe.
Trying to be cute.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the weather for it. But it was a good weekend still. I had a good time.
All right. So, besides say the awards and shit, man. Hey, look, I will tell y'all some crazy shit real quick. I don't know if y'all ever watched this shit. Like, my wife put me up on this show called Married at First Sight or some shit.
Yep.
So, I mean, I just started watching it like at season 10. I'm like, this shit is crazy as hell. Like, it is, but it's like, I understand, like, you know, like back in ancient times and shit, a lot of people and shit didn't know who the fuck they would marry and stuff like that or whatever. But, however, you know what I'm saying? I was looking at it like, okay, people are actually putting their own little profile together and stuff like that. It's like, how many people do y'all think that's being honest with their profile when they actually going on some shit like that? You know, like,
Right.
for example, like, if you think, you know, of course, people will always put their good attributes, right? But you know for damn sure ain't nobody gonna be like, well, I'm insecure. I'm a jealous motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dirty son of a bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, so like a lot of the stuff that I was looking at is like, okay, I can see right through this guy. This motherfucker was lying. Like, one guy was just lying the whole way through. And so his wife or whatever was like, God damn, I can't trust you for shit. Like, you just lying about every fucking thing. And you come up with this story like, oh yeah, well, you know, I was adopted, so I had to create this whole fucking character for the most part and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, nigga, like, yeah.
Is he a foreigner?
No, he wasn't.
Them foreigners be lying.
Yeah, I mean,
That is some racist shit.
Right, dude.
Where did you get that?
No, they do. Those Nigerians be lying like a motherfucker.
Oh, them Africans be
Those
lying
Africans
their
be
ass
lying.
up.
They be lying. They always talk about they was the prince and they other
They like swindlers.
That's why you be getting them emails like I heard from Zimbabwe.
so
Yeah,
other,
lying.
so other, like I said, other than that, that's what I kind of like tapped in and shit too. So how was your weekend and shit, Dre?
Man, not too much. Friday I worked at the store. I left the store with home chill. Saturday I was at the store, and then after the store, I left the store early because we had to go do some shopping for my son for his graduation party, and he about to go to Michigan.
Clap that shit up. Go blue.
Don't be Go green, go white.
You know what?
Go
Switch over now.
Hey.
Go green.
Spartans in the building.
All right, look. All right, little brother.
Listen.
All right, little brother.
That's what's up,
You
baby.
see how the family's divided? You see this shit?
You had to listen closely. I was like, go green.
In the background.
Go green.
But
Michigan alum up in this bitch.
I'm proud of him. I'm happy for that he getting in there, and so we went shopping for him for his prom too, actually. It's because his prom is this week. So we did that, and then Sunday, y'all know what we did Sunday. We about to get into it in a second. So, what about you, Frank?
I worked at Home Depot on Saturday. Hung out with some Jamaicans. Buck.
Oh, hell no. He say burritos
Actually,
and
I
fucking
didn't do
goddamn
shit.
ganja.
I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit. I got called a liar. That's pretty much what I got called. I got called a liar, didn't really do shit. Hung out with my son all weekend.
Why she call you a liar?
He done got to do with Steakhouse.
Steakhouse is done.
Oh, shit,
I'm
man.
looking for
like, are you
Steak Bay.
serious?
Yeah, I'm looking for Steak Bay 2 right now, the sequel. So,
hell no, man.
I smell a narcissist in the building.
because
I
you
just
know
wanna
what?
say that.
Here's what it is. Look, you cannot call me a liar with no proof. Just because I don't have time to spend with
That's
you
what a liar would say.
doesn't
A liar
mean.
would literally say, you do not have no proof, so you can't call me
here's
a
the
liar.
thing. Here's the thing. Because I don't have time to spend with you, don't mean I'm running off with somebody else. You know I ain't tricking like that. You know I ain't throwing. Come on, Keys. You call me tight anyway. I know you got it. I know you got it, but you ain't tricking like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you a liar? No, I'm not. I'm not running off with somebody else. If I can't see you and squeeze you in, it doesn't mean I'm with somebody else.
We got a call already? Y'all didn't even let us get into the goddamn show.
Well, shit, that's all right. Call on in. Shit, who was on?
Wait, Frank always got a topic, so we don't even got to get started for real.
Right, he is the topic.
He is the topic.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Who's calling?
We got a caller. How you doing, caller? Hello? You there?
Hello. Welcome to Straight Shooting.
What up, Joe?
Oh, shit! Oh,
Red
that's
is
Red
in the
in the building.
What up, Red?
Red, Detroit Red in the building. What up, though, bro?
What up, Joe, everybody?
Hey, man,
What up,
Yeah.
though?
what's good with you?
I got really drunk this weekend and the whole episode.
Oh, shit.
And you was watching old episodes.
Yeah, to wait for this new one to come out.
Yeah. Red, I just got a question. Do you miss me?
You know I do.
Hey, you know his ass and shit been out there slinging them damn hot dogs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Red gave me strict instructions. Don't fuck with Keys. Remember that?
right.
Hey, don't say shit to Keys. Okay.
Red, Frank been fucking with me.
That's good. That means you listen to the instructions.
So what's been going on with you, Red?
Slow motion. I just wanted to call in and holler at all y'all and tell y'all, hey, I love what y'all doing. Y'all keeping it looking good.
Oh, for sure,
And,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Always love and support for y'all. That's all.
Yeah, man, you gotta
Bro, when
get
you
your
coming
ass
back to
up
visit?
here, man.
Right, when you coming back to visit?
We can make it in the next week or two.
Okay.
right.
Bring your
Bet it
ass
up.
Bring
back
your
up
ass
here.
up here, Red.
Bet it up.
You know I'm on my way now.
Okay.
Come on
bring
up
your
here.
ass. Hey,
Shit.
look, bring your ass, man.
Just bring some tacos with you.
Okay. You want that Taco Bell? I can get that Taco Bell.
That ain't it.
No, they want
I'm
some
Mexican.
authentic
That's a
shit.
little disrespectful. Okay, now. Don't do that.
You better make a trip to
everybody
Southwest.
in line for the new Taco Bell pizza like they
I
was
never
for the
had
chicken
that.
sandwich.
Pizza.
Oh, hell no,
That shit
man.
probably fuck your
That's
stomach.
shit horrible.
Right.
Bro, so how
You
things
might have the
going?
bubble guts, but it's gonna run straight through.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have mud, but that's what you're gonna have. Fuck the bubble guts, you're gonna shit on yourself.
So look, I've been watching your lives, man.
All the time.
I see you still killing them and shit.
As usual.
When you performing again?
Actually, we, I'm out every week somewhere, but June 17th, we have a pre-Father's Day grown and sexy comedy cabaret coming up.
Okay. We in that bitch.
So, yeah, it's going to be live
Yeah.
off the chain. We got some nice vendors, 360 booth.
Okay.
And everybody going to get real fucked up.
Okay.
Hey, shit, that sound like a motherfucking plan.
Right.
For sure. I'm going to come up there and surprise y'all one of these weeks.
Bro, you gotta pop up.
Yeah, you definitely
Miss
do.
your
You know what I'm
ass.
saying? You ain't been up here in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Surprises
Most
include
definitely.
food.
All right.
Well, shout out to my brother Detroit Red, our
Detroit
former
Red,
co-host in the
man.
building.
We miss you, man.
We love you, bro. We'll talk to you when you get up here.
I love
Okay.
y'all.
All
Keep
right,
up
Red.
this great work.
Okay.
Appreciate it, man. We
Bye.
appreciate it. Yep. Keep up the good work, too. Yep. Peace.
Peace.
I just want to be clear though, if you guys are a listener and you fall through and you pop up, we just bring some food. That's it. That's the way to our heart.
If you're a restaurant listening, just bring some food up
Bring
here.
some food.
No,
We
but
give y'all
hold
free
on
shout-out.
though. Especially the restaurants that have tacos.
Yes.
We are here every
Hell yeah,
Tuesday.
man.
We trying to support
Authentic
the Taco Tuesday.
tacos.
Not Taco Bell. I'm sorry,
Hey,
man.
look,
Taco Bell.
Where's Ali at with the motherfucking goddamn lamb chop?
Ali.
You ain't getting no lamb chop.
Good.
I got my lamb chops. I
See?
went up there the next
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Let's go back to why I'm a fucking liar, kids. That's what I want to know. This is what a liar will say. You a narcissist. This is what a liar would. Hello.
That's what I heard said. Ain't no proof.
Man.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I don't need proof when I'm not lying. You know what I'm saying?
Right now. You're lying.
Ain't this a bitch? You see that shit?
I mean, I do agree. I think it is a little too premature to say somebody's a liar.
Thank you.
And I'm a woman. And
It's the Latino love. You see that right there?
He lying.
Even though Lena don't give a fuck about me, it's still a lie.
When he lying.
She know he lying.
I know he lying.
But at the end of the
He
day,
did that shit. If she say that, they say he did that shit. He did that shit.
listen, don't get me wrong. Sometimes us as women, if you solid, let him lie. You know why? Because he always gonna get caught up.
Yep.
Because just because you can't prove it right then and there, let's say it's your
That's
instincts,
true.
it's your intuition, it's your gut feeling, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Let him dig his own grave.
Yeah. And my
Hey,
ancestors
but
There's
listen,
no
though.
reason
they just said you lying.
don't get out
Nobody
your
lie more
element.
than women. Y'all lie like a mother.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This ain't
Motherfucker.
about women. We talking about Frank right now.
You
Stick
right,
to the
that's
fucking
true.
subject.
God, dog.
You better pass the mic, Frank. Get the mic.
Yeah, you can't just lie.
Here's the thing. You think somebody's lying because you automatically thinking negative and have fucked up
I
relationships.
hope she call in. I hope she
You know
call
what I'm
in.
saying?
I want her to call
How
in.
come you can't
call
think? You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Because you just
Whoever
said,
gave
you
this
said
was,
one
please
key
call
thing
in.
that
You want to
one
hear your
lying.
side.
No proof.
No proof. When a person say where's the proof, that mean you lying.
That's not true. You gotta
Because
have
a
proof
liar
in
feel
court.
like you gotta have
Yeah,
proof.
you
You gotta have proof in court. I'm innocent till proven guilty.
That's what
Oh,
a liar
yeah.
would say.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. I'm rocking with my.
Innocent until proven guilty.
I'm rocking with my man Frank.
Thank
so,
you.
So on that note, we about to move on. Tierra, how was your weekend?
Oh, nah, let me tell you.
And don't lie. Don't lie.
Oh, no. Y'all go, no.
Shut up, Frank.
I just celebrated my 25th birthday in Houston. Thank you. Yeah. I had a great time. Houston owes me nothing.
You a tourist.
I'm a tourist.
You a tourist.
Okay.
All right.
We don't lie. Tell him we don't lie. We ain't gotta lie.
The male tourists do lie. Carry on.
But
She like
I went to it was a steakhouse in Houston downtown. It was called Garden Grace. It was really nice. I had dinner there for my birthday, and then I went to a bar called Camp. Now that was so lit.
Okay.
Like we turned up in there. I was drinking everything.
Okay.
And then my Airbnb, it was kind of like resort style, so it was like palm trees and everything everywhere. So I had a few photo shoots.
Okay.
And then I just like walked the town of Houston, tried out a lot of restaurants, did a lot of attractions, and just had a lot of drinks.
Chill, got it.
Yeah.
What's up? That's
The
what's
best
up.
part
Enjoy
of
myself.
vacation is the
What's up?
food.
Yes, I had so much good food.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
vacation.
Houston definitely good. You know what
I'm
I'm
a
saying?
foodie.
Texas do got some good food. I ain't been to
I
Houston.
can't wait.
The only
been
thing
to
I
Houston.
hated was the
Houston
fucking
twice.
roaches. Like
Roaches.
Roaches.
What?
the roaches are
Look at all
huge.
these
Listen.
roaches.
They were near the pools. I'm like, how are we at a luxury apartment to rent $3,000 and it's roaches? Like, where they come from? But they say they water bugs.
Because you're down
Them
south. When you're down south, the heat brings out the bugs.
That's true.
Texas got them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Dallas in the
Is it true that
summertime.
they fly?
Yes.
Vegas
Yes,
got them.
they fly.
The nicest apartments will have roaches.
Yeah.
You will step on them in the parking lot.
My friend's
That's how much
apartment
they
is
come out.
amazing.
Yeah.
Her apartment is very nice. Roaches outside near the pool.
Oh my God.
Not inside, but outside near the pool. Not in the pool.
Did you just say the roaches was very nice?
No,
Like
I
they was-
said her apartment was nice. So that's why I was so shocked.
Them motherfuckers calling them like
No, hell no.
My bad. Hey, look.
They were very nice.
My bad.
No, I was just shocked because if we had a luxury apartment, I wasn't expecting to see no insects like that kind.
Well, just like you say it's hot to them, it's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
So they like, it's hot as fuck. We need to get an air
Shit, they on
conditioner.
vacation too, right? They want to eat good food and have fucking relaxation and swim in the pool.
That's some bullshit.
They can't relax with me.
No.
Okay, so look, we
I'm
about to
cool.
get into the shot of the day, and then we gonna move
Sponsors.
on to our
Shot of the day.
Yeah, we definitely got to do
Oh, we gotta do
sponsors
sponsors
first.
for. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yes,
We make it quick.
this episode of the Str8 Shoot'N podcast is brought to you by Drasan Fashion. You can find Drasan at 3031 West Grand Boulevard, Suite 180. If you looking for high-end fashion, women and men, come down, check us out. You guaranteed to find something you love. I promise you, we one of the best clothers in the city. If you're trying to find something, like if you got good black tie events, anything, not even just that, just good clothing. Our brand.
Clothing.
I can't even look at Keith. Like, she
said, did you just say clothers?
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it.
I did say clothers is a word. Y'all didn't know that. It's not a made up word. It is a word called clothing.
You're looking for a good clother?
Yes.
Using that sentence in that context? That's how you
Yes.
use it?
The clothers made high-end fashion clothes.
You know, this what makes him stand out.
He said,
he's
fuck y'all,
different.
say it again.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he's a
clothing.
so I created a word. If it don't exist, it's a new word now. So,
He said what he said.
thank y'all.
definition.
Y'all can thank me later because I just gave y'all a new word, new slang.
You say, look it up.
You better patent
They not laughing at your word, Dre. They laughing because she said trench coat.
I know because Keys still want that trench coat.
And I said, liars don't buy trench coats.
Listen.
You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Her trench coat was almost gone because our homegirl came in there the other day was about to buy it.
But didn't get it.
She didn't get it.
Okay.
She didn't get it because she was waiting on you to buy it, nigga.
She wasn't waiting on me to buy shit. She waiting on you to buy it.
I see this trench coat. It must be nice.
I'm like, well, shit. Maybe
I know y'all be talking about it. I gotta see
I gotta get out quick first.
All right, we gotta move on, y'all.
So we are also sponsored by Gym Animal Muscle Gain Enterprises LLC. So if you're looking for the best personal trainer, the best fitness supplements, apparel, and so forth, just holla at me. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram, Facebook. Also check out my websites, gamg.shop and also gamg.firstfitness.com. All right, so if y'all looking for some detoxing supplements, weight loss supplements, and so forth, just check it out. You know what I'm saying? So we are also sponsored by 8, which is All Problems Eliminated. This is a home repair and restoration company. So holla at Tehran at area code 269-448-3508. All right. He can also be looked at his sorry about that. His actual his work, you know what I'm saying, on Instagram under ape.tl. All right. And then we are also brought to you by
Oh.
Oh, no.
Premium Haul Logistic Trucking Company by Keys and Jamil. So here what we do is we haul anything from car parts to refrigerator parts to anything you need, we haul. So make sure you hit us up if you need something hauled that's big. You can hit us up at Amber, AMBERKEYA85@gmail.com.
All right.
And don't forget,
Fresh balls, right?
Essence of Nuts.
There you go.
When you want to keep your balls smelling fresh for the summer,
Fresh balls, fresh.
you need Essence of Nuts. Look at this.
I wasn't ready.
I was not.
You said it over.
I thought he was joking.
Real shit. It's a real product.
It's a real product.
Everything
Yeah.
I
in my
believe
life.
that it is. It was the
Yeah, like
I felt like she had a good buzz going, and y'all made her wake up from it.
yeah, like
wait. Am I
So look, it's like
everybody else is acting normal, man.
So this is like that shit, the motherfucking spray bottle and shit. When you be like,
I was
it's like
spray, and I was like, maybe they're playing.
No, it's
And then when they said it again, I'm like, okay, is this
No, they
real?
serious.
I had to keep like the poker face on, like,
yeah.
I was like, I can't.
man.
The fresh
So look, ladies. For all y'all, you know, ladies and stuff that have y'all guys, y'all better go ahead and holler at everything's in my life and make sure and shit y'all dudes balls. It's fresh for y'all.
okay.
How about that? Keep y'all balls fresh for y'all. How about that? That's a nice little song right there.
Spray.
I'm done with y'all.
You can't blame your man for having sweaty balls if you don't get him fresh ball spray. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
That's on you, ladies.
Yeah, he's a grown man. He's a grown man.
Get you some fresh.
He's a grown man.
He been working hard all
Let it be
day.
the other way around. Let it be the other way around. Let it be the other way around.
Good Lord.
Hey, look, so when he be like and shit, hey baby, I don't think my balls and shit, you know what I'm saying, too fresh. What you gonna say and shit? Fresh balls. No. Hey, look, Frank. Hey, look. Frank, what you gonna say and shit? Hey, look. Where's the evidence? Can you prove it?
Right. We need a little. We need a little dude like the Dr. Pepper commercial. He just sliding.
The amount of time that we are spending on balls right now is ridiculous. It's crazy. I didn't think this was going
Welcome to the
It's
show.
summertime.
Holding down our own personal hygiene.
Yes, be
Hey,
responsible
look.
As an individual.
So
Yes.
Lena said what
So there you go. Shout of the day is what you say?
Don't look at my cup already.
Personal hygiene.
Personal
hygiene.
That's all right.
Keith told me I smelled good when I came in.
The shot of the day is innocent until proven guilty.
Nah, hell no. See, that's
Law and order in this bitch.
bringing up shit. That's how you know he lying, because he keep bringing the shit up. We done changed the subject.
Yeah.
He keep on
Innocent
back
until
talking-
proven
Okay,
guilty.
wait. Now I think you're right. Because
Yeah.
as a tourist, I'm only gonna keep revisiting some shit if I know I'm wrong. That's the truth.
Hold on. I gotta hit y'all with a classic. Why you bringing up old shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God, now that's what I say when I'm mad. Like, you ain't gotta bring it
Y'all
back
know
up.
when the thief steal shit and then they help you find it. Just that's the same thing that he's doing right now.
Man, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy.
I'm glad you ain't a lawyer. I'd be fucked up right now.
I started off on your side, but Keys is making a lot.
She making a lot of fun.
That's why.
Hey, y'all get up off my
If I
uncle.
was on the jury,
He keep on bringing it up.
Let him be caught in a lie. That ain't gonna be your uncle.
Yeah.
No more. We know.
But you ain't gonna be like, you're lying.
Hey, I might
lying.
be.
You know.
You'll still be my uncle afterwards.
Okay.
So we gonna go ahead and get into shooting shit. All right.
Okay.
It's time to shoot the shit. It's time to shoot the shit. The Str8 Shoot'N podcast. All right. So look, check this out, y'all. We have from the Huffington Post, May 16th. We have an Arby's manager in Washington State that peed in a milkshake. In the milkshake mix or whatever, okay? So look, so it says, footage of a 29-year-old man peeing into a bag of milkshake mix was uncovered as police was executing a search warrant on his phone as part of a child pornography investigation.
Oh, yeah.
So it says the manager, while being investigated, acknowledged to investigators that he urinated in a milkshake mix bag at least twice, but then he said he was almost sure he threw the bag out.
No, he didn't.
And he said he was working alone in a restaurant that night and that he did it for sexual gratification.
What you get gratified of pissing in some batter?
Milkshake?
So
I don't
there
get
you
it.
go. So he was sitting up there, you know, he was getting off and shit by pissing in people milkshakes and selling it to people. So he was saying and shit that he was getting a sexual gratification just knowing and shit that he was pissing in somebody's fucking milkshake bag and selling it.
He need to get his
He
ass.
felt
right.
like he had
There you
power
go.
or control over them.
Yeah. So what happened was when they was doing their investigation and shit, you know what I'm saying, as far as the child pornography
that's a
pornography
whole nother
stuff,
thing.
they seen it in his phone. So he actually was videotaping himself and shit, you know what I'm saying,
Doing
pissing, doing the shit.
Can we play guess who what race that is?
Oh, I already know.
I already know that.
Let's
What
put some
race?
money
I
on
bet
it.
you all of us get that shit right on the first answer.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
He was a white guy.
That's why I don't fuck with fast food. That's why I don't like fucking with
But who's
fast
even
food.
going to Arby's
Yeah.
though? I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. And honestly,
Arby's?
who did he affect? Because
Hey, I fuck
nobody's
with
eating
Arby's. I
Arby's.
still eat Arby's.
Oh, you the only
hey, listen,
one?
Arby's
So you-
got some good shit.
You
They
should
do
check.
got
But
some
I'm
good
not
shit.
ordering no
They got good
milkshake.
shit.
If I have to, maybe a Buffalo Slice.
I don't fuck with no milkshake.
Maybe a Buffalo Slice
You
if I
got
have
this
to.
Jamocha shake, but I'm glad to say I don't eat a lot of what is it? I don't drink milk and I don't eat a lot
You
of
been drinking that horsey sauce?
So
Hey, the fucking
no
Horsey
thanks.
sauce?
Arby's got some shit though. Look.
They do.
People just don't be.
Where's the meat? No, what they gonna say? Where's the pea?
But the
Okay,
fact,
time out. But when's the last time y'all had Arby's?
I've never had
Years.
Arby's.
It's been years.
I haven't had.
It's been years.
I haven't had any like McDonald's or Wendy's and shit
Yeah.
like that in probably about 3, 4, 5 years.
That's amazing.
That's
like
good.
real
That
shit.
stuff
like,
ain't healthy.
Like, well, I mean, I'll put it like this. I tell people like this. Like, just for me, I would rather go ahead and go eat some fucking Coney Island
Before you eat that.
Yeah, before like a large chain. You know what I'm saying? Because these smaller businesses have a lot more to lose. So like if somebody fuck up on something, you know what I'm saying? They gonna fight. Yeah, they do.
True.
Because look, most of these smaller
I've seen
businesses.
some stuff in some small mom and pops. I be like,
I mean, of course. I mean, shit happens, but what I'm saying is, and shit, like, it can be very detrimental to where they out of business just like that. A large corporation like McDonald's, they got a fucking billion McDonald's. So at one store, they just put all the blame on, say,
we
one
got people
store on some
peeing
shit.
in milkshakes, and that's the main
But that's Arby's though. That's still a large. That's still a large corporation.
They
That's,
try to
you know what I'm
sweep that
saying?
shit
Wait,
under
is
the rug
Arby's a
too.
corporation or is it a franchise?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a franchise.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
But they, I mean, they're. So
I hate to
they're
say it,
all
like
corporations, but
Wingstop,
yeah.
each Wingstop is different, and I don't want to say names,
Yeah.
but there is a Wingstop in this area vicinity of some kind.
Ooh, I know which one you talk about. It's right around the corner. It's next to that motherfucker.
You wasn't spoken.
She don't care.
She said that shit nasty as hell. I just want to say Wingstop is absolutely horrible. Y'all be hyping that shit up.
It is hyped
It's
up.
not
It's
that
overhyped.
I just want quality customer service and food when I know I'm already eating bad. So
And I don't want
don't make my
cookies.
cheating experience horrible, okay? That's it.
Hey, look, so just don't be putting motherfucking pee and boogers and motherfucking jagging off and all this nasty shit in people's food.
And wash y'all
Goddamn,
hands.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Wash your hands.
You know, I just saying shit. Cook at the crib. You know what I'm saying? To be honest,
Yeah,
with you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Cook your own fucking. Hey, look, cook your own Coney Island shit. Your own damn
Yeah, you right.
fucking
least
Coney
then you know
dogs and
what's
shit
in
like
it.
that. I do that shit all the time with
Cheese
turkey shit.
Yeah,
So
grow your
Chili
own
cheese
food.
fries.
and grow your own food, definitely. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's not chili.
Yeah.
Hey, so
not.
look,
Let's be clear, it is not
before we
chili.
hop into the interview right quick, we want to touch on Sunday what we did do.
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look.
Photo.
Yeah, we went to the DFAs. Man, it was a wonderful time.
Straight Shoo'N was in the building. We represented.
Straight Shoo'N was in
Yeah.
the
We was in
building.
that bitch.
Yeah.
Period.
We was in that.
We was in that bitch.
Hey, listen.
She said,
When
we
I
was
tell
in
you the
that
number one
bitch.
podcast in the city.
We literally
We
was
telling
the
you
number,
today.
we the number one podcast. People was walking up to us asking us for interviews.
Hey.
Wow.
Like it was like that. People noticed who we are, who we were. Like we was with the shits. We was in there. We was all the way in the mix.
No, I just want to say, hey, look, hey, much love and appreciation for Darren for still having us anyway. You know what I'm saying? So Darren put together
out
that
to
shit.
Darren Brown.
That shit was nice, man. Everybody and shit was supportive as hell. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was in shit, loving each other and shit.
everybody
It wasn't no
was rooting for
bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
They was.
Everybody had a
Everybody
great
was
fucking
rooting for
time.
Everybody.
And that's
Each
great,
time we ask somebody like, who do you expect to be nominated or who you want to be nominated? Like they was like everybody. I'm not here to be nominated. I'm rooting for everybody.
Yep.
Like, I loved it. I loved the energy that was going on. Shout out to how we made it from the side to the fucking.
Oh yeah, we
red
moved
carpet.
like 3 times and
right.
shit. Yeah.
How we make it to the red carpet though?
Yeah.
That was
We
on
were
Lena,
told-
so
that
shout
was
out
Lena.
Lena for that.
Yeah.
Shout out later. Yeah.
That no publicists can go to the red carpet, but we were there on the spot in the middle.
Listen,
red carpet.
the thing about it was, even when we was against the wall around the other part before you walk in, it was people you could look at them. They was looking like, like shit. We gotta get over there.
We gotta get over there.
They like shit. My folks like, man, I'll dip up under.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it was a lot of Detroit talent in the building. It was a lot of the Detroit actors in the building.
Yeah.
I don't want to localize them because they got talent and they can act in any city. But it was a lot in the building. It was a nice show. It was put on nice, man.
Yeah.
Darren did a good job.
I
And
was
everybody that was working with him.
I was just
so-
really happy to see just like it's the non-spoken, right? So you have obviously body language. Body language
right.
is 75% of what we'll ever say before we actually verbally articulate it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought that it was dope that people's energy really matched their words.
Yeah.
And it was very sincere. So
Yeah.
I agree with what you guys are saying. Like, I feel like because there was so much like just like team energy or just spirit or camaraderie, as you would call it, that it just put Detroit on a different level.
Yes.
It did.
Because there is some negative connotation with, well, if you're from Detroit, you gotta leave Detroit so you can get ready.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, everybody's experience is different. So please keep in mind, if somebody shares that, that's their perception, that's their reality. And for whatever reason, it is what it is. So, it's not anybody's, opportunity to scrutinize or judge whatever and however they came up and what that looks like. All you could do is support and just love on people.
Yep.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's what they was doing at the show.
Yep.
It was so much love. It was so much support. And I just love the vibe. I love the energy. I love how everybody was loving each other. Like, I really, really that was the best part of the show. The love that everybody had for each other, the hugs, the love, the rooting, the like. I don't care if I win, as long as you win. That was the attitude that everybody
because we
had.
doing all this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So
I loved it.
So definitely and shit. Shout out to all the winners, the nominees, and the supporters. You know what I'm saying? And everybody and shit that came out.
Everybody was a winner that night. Everybody was a winner that night.
And another thing is too, like with all these Detroit films being on these streaming servers, that like the world trying to look at Detroit on a different level. Yeah. So now we doing the independent film shit. We got that on lock. We start, like I said, we talked about before, like a lot of the rappers from Detroit is starting to be on and people's on it. Oh, we got another caller calling in?
Oh yeah, sound like it. Welcome to Straight Shooting. If this is a caller for us, what up though?
Welcome to the Straight Shooting podcast.
No,
on the line.
It's not for us.
It's not us.
All right.
Okay. But
never mind.
You know, back to what I was saying, it's basically like we starting to build our own network here. Like even with what we doing, like the podcast, and y'all know already. We got something coming for the podcast and representing to the fullest to where.
Just wait, y'all.
We starting to put the city back to where it should be.
Exactly. Yeah. And we are gonna do it. It's done. It's done.
Yep. You're right.
Yep.
You're right.
Yep.
So now we want to hop into
our interview
with Miss Tierra from Dialed by Dip.
Yes.
Give it up for Tierra, y'all. What up, Tierra? Welcome to the Straight Shooting podcast.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it so much.
For sure. You know, say do a little introduction to yourself. You know.
Okay, so I just turned 25 on last Thursday.
All right,
happy belated.
Thank you. So I am a professional full-time makeup artist. I have been for the last 5 years. I love what I do. I am home-based. I definitely have salon experience, but I think for right now, I love being home-based. It's like what works for me because I have a 4-year-old son. He'll be 5 in July.
Okay.
So I just like having that comfort, working at home, and just inviting my clients in because they become family after they see me. So it's just like, I like having that personal experience with my clients and everything like that. But I love what I do, and I hope to, gain some clients from being on here, and I appreciate y'all for having me.
Good.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing, say, makeup and so forth?
5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Full time since I've started.
Okay. All right.
And she's excellent. And I just, before we even get finished with your interview, I want to say this. I actually found her because she offered a class, which I felt was so dope for young girls. I think between the ages of
4 and 11.
4 and 11.
Okay. Yes.
So she offered a makeup class, and I was like, I gotta sign my daughter up because I really want my daughter to do makeup on the side.
Okay.
And the class was amazing. It was so professional. All of the moms brought their daughters up there. A couple of dads brought their daughters up there. I mean, they serve food. They serve beverages. She had a whole kit. She had aprons. I mean, she had the whole ordeal for these little girls. It was such a dope class, and I feel like more people that, especially people that have talent, like when it comes to that, should definitely push that off into the community because these little girls really don't have a lot to look up to anymore.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Little girls should be little girls. That's the type of shit that little girls should be doing. Not listening to city girls, not doing twerking on TikTok, but doing shit like that. So I thought it was really dope, and I felt like it was important to have her on the show.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. That class was amazing. That was my first one, but I realized, so I'm offering classes for adults, but they're not booking. But I know that I love children, so I'm like, okay, let me put out a class for kids. I know parents will invest in their children.
Yeah. That was sold out quick.
Sold out in 18 hours.
Yep.
Wow. 18 hours.
Wow.
Yep.
I have a wait list for the next class already. So it's like,
that's what's up.
I just got back from vacation. Now I got more work to do. But the class was amazing. And thank you for bringing your daughter. I had a great time. Just teaching them. I had a PowerPoint presentations because they're younger. So I had to make sure they can understand what's going on. The makeup kits that I put together, I made sure it was kid friendly. I asked the parents can they have lashes? I had the press on lashes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they come self adhesive, no glue or anything that would hurt the kids' eyes.
Yeah.
I just made sure that I thought everything through.
Okay.
Because I know how I would want, if I had a daughter, how I would want my daughter to go to a class. So I definitely think that that's something that I want to continue to do, like annually or every 2 months or something. But it was a great experience.
Yeah, that's good.
So how did you get involved in doing makeup? What made you want to get involved with that?
Honestly, it was during the time I was actually about to have my son. So I was just around the house 8-9 months pregnant, bored. I'm like, let me learn how to do something. And before I got pregnant, I was modeling. So I'm like, I want to make sure I'm looking cute when I take pictures and stuff. So it was really just a hobby at first. And then people were like, girl, you do a great job. Like, can you do my face? And I end up having to quit my job. My mom like, oh, I can't babysit the baby for you anymore. I have to go back to work myself. I'm like, well, I understand. So I just started doing makeup, and I never got another job.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That was your calling. That's why.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, and this is why I think it's most important as like an obstacle or a challenge becoming like an entrepreneur. Like, what made you become fearless that you felt like you could monetize it full time?
Honestly, it was just like the amount of determination I had to get it down packed. Like, I wanted to perfect that. Like, I felt like it was a passion of mine. Anytime I was out, I was thinking about makeup. I was doing my makeup every single day. I was going live every day. I had people that were like, this is something that I think you can take and just turn it into a career. And I'm like, okay, maybe, I don't know. At first I wasn't sure, but it was like every time I tried to go and get a new job, it wouldn't work out. I'm like, this is where God wants me to be.
Amen.
And a lot of times that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? So like, you'll be sitting up there trying to do other things or whatever, and you'd be like, well, damn, why this shit ain't working? But,
that's not a part of his plan.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
That's not a part of his plan.
So let me ask you this. Like, have you ever done like marriage parties and stuff like that or whatever?
Yes. My very first bridal party was a party of 10.
Okay.
So it was like really, like, the thought of it was just chaotic in my head, but it turned out to be a beautiful experience.
Okay.
So I had to have everybody ready for the wedding at 1 p.m. I started at 4 a.m. and I got all 10 of the ladies looking great at once. So it was like really tedious, but I knew I could get it done. So I'm like, now I can do anything. So I specialize in like anything makeup. I do deceased people. I do bridal parties. Little girls. Elderly women. Anybody.
Have you had to do deceased people yet?
Yes, I've done my own sister.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've done 5 deceased people. Thank you.
Yeah,
I've done 5 deceased people, and the very last person was my sister.
Okay.
So that brings me to a question I was about to ask you too. With like all this film industry and stuff going on here, would you do like
Celebrities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even so much celebrities, but like, so, because I'm in the film industry myself, so we need makeup artists.
Of course.
So like, and even not with just, depending on what type of film it is, I mean, would you get into like sci-fi makeup and stuff to that nature? There's a lot of money involved in that.
I do know that. So I definitely had a lot of people trying to get me into that. So I do like, on like just like on the surface sci-fi makeup, but I'm definitely willing to learn like in depth.
Okay.
And I know it wouldn't be hard for me to learn, because when I'm like learning something that I'm actually interested in, I can pick up on it really quick.
Okay.
And YouTube is my best friend. That's actually how I learned. I taught myself how to do makeup. So if I watch 5 videos a day, if you need me in a month, I'll be ready. So the answer is yes. I would love to do, more out of my comfort zone.
Right.
Okay. So speaking about out of your comfort zone, what was the most challenging job that you had as far as doing makeup?
My very first deceased client.
Okay.
That was the most challenging thing.
What's so challenging about it?
Yeah.
Just the thought of having to go down there by myself.
Yeah, I was about to say, just
and she was a friend of mine.
Oh wow.
So it was just like,
okay.
I was afraid, but I prayed really hard before I went down there, and I got the job done.
Okay.
So after that experience, what do you do in preparation for that? Like, do you ever talk to families ahead of time? Is that not something you want to do? How do you prepare yourself to take on that task?
So first I talk to God.
Okay.
I get on my knees and I pray, and I ask God not to let any unwanted spirits come back home with me. That's number one.
Okay.
But I do talk to the families and I ask them, is there anything in particular that you want? And then I ask if it's okay if I, play music while I'm in there. And I talk to the deceased while I'm in there just to make sure I'm comfortable and, at ease, because it is a huge task.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel eerie doing it?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
When I first started doing it, yes, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I actually thought about walking out of there. But then I'm like, if they had somebody else to do it, they would have asked them. So let me just get the job done.
But you know what, though? I would say this. I think I'm would be a little bit more on a hesitant dealing with people that's alive than say, that's past. You know what
Why
I'm
would you say that?
Just because, look at the people that's alive. Just look at our society. You know what I'm saying? The people that's gone already, and you know what I'm saying, and probably already in the elevated to another level. You know what I'm saying? Or so you don't have to really worry about somebody that's not here in that shell anymore. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
The
So
only
you
thing
don't
I
have
say
to
about
worry
that though
you
is
know.
like what she just said. That energy is left behind. If it's not a good person,
Yeah.
a lot of times
That's
that
true.
energy left behind.
That's
You
what
don't
I'd
want
be worried
that
about,
affecting you.
carrying
But
that shit
That's the
back
only thing
home.
That's why that's
true,
the
but
first
then
thing I pray.
But then that's why you pray.
I mean, that's
meditate,
true, yeah,
even
exactly.
do like
That
your
you
sage and stuff
meditate.
like that or whatever. Yeah, of course.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying?
Right.
You do all the other things, you know what I'm saying, to protect your aura and stuff like
Yes.
that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
And just reminding myself, like, once I pray, I can't worry about it. Like, I have to know that God is already going to take care of it.
yeah,
So
you
if I
already-
prayed
yeah.
before I walked in there, I'm covered.
yeah.
That's faith. For me.
I'm just there to do my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So-
think for me, like what you were saying about the energy or spirits left over, I tell people we mourn people because we feel like they have unfinished business here on the earth.
That's true.
We don't mourn people for any other reason. Like
Yep.
my uncle died like a year ago. And it's so weird to say this, but it was the best funeral I ever went to. Like everybody's energy was so high, like the
'Cause it's
the
really supposed to be-
He was a
vibrations
great
were high.
person.
Because if you're a great person and stuff like that, it's really
Every
supposed to
time
be
I
about
seen him, he was
elevation.
in good spirits.
Yeah.
He was always
Yeah.
smiling, laughing, telling jokes. Like he just was an amazing person. Anytime I ever encounter him, I can't
Yeah.
say I ever encountered him on an off day. And it's not because he wasn't human, but I think people that really take out the time to be conscious of the energy that they bring around others, it's called being responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can have bad days, you entitled to that, but you need to know when to stay yourself in the house.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
and I
it.
think I have that. I think I am a person that has that. Like, if I know I'm not having a good day, I'll spend the time journaling, meditating, praying, and making sure I'm not around other people,
Right.
rubbing that energy off, because energy is real.
You can pass it.
I believe in that.
Definitely
Yeah.
get transferred.
Now, have you ever had to turn anyone away?
Yes.
Okay, so hey, look, say more.
I sure will.
Hey, look, say more.
I definitely did. I had a person that thought she was gonna come to me with all kinds of like makeup from the night before on her. You didn't wash your face before you came out.
Oh no.
All right.
Right.
So what she thought you was supposed to do?
Like, she thought I was gonna wash her
Wash it
face
off?
for her, but I have clients after you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that means you also didn't wash your body.
You didn't wash up.
Different level
Exactly.
of
You ain't
disrespect
lying.
that you can't.
It was like white stuff on the side of her mouth. She had eye boogers.
Oh, musty
You
face.
came straight from the club.
Oh, musty face.
You left after hour and came and sat in my
It
chair.
was that walk, it was the walk of shame.
Crazy.
How
The
you
walk of
know
shame.
your
She
own
spent the
face
night,
and
she
didn't
didn't make
wash
it
your
home.
body.
Like,
So she done had a musty
I'm sorry,
face.
I got
That's
stuck.
crazy.
I got stuck just thinking about it.
Ass.
She needed fresh
and I think the other client.
On her face, though. You know what I mean? Fresh ball spray
True
on her
that.
face.
True that.
I support it.
Yes.
I think the other client I had to turn away, she was just really late, and she kept telling me, like, I was there on time. And I'm like, no, you weren't. You're not in my chair. And she was like, well, I'm only 30 minutes. So, like, I'm
30.
Ma'am,
Only 30.
do y'all know she still came to my house and was knocking on the door?
But see, I don't understand why
different
people
level of
don't think
disrespect.
right. Why they don't think your time is precious? Like
Right.
if it's a time you agreed upon, I understand shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell a motherfucker who was just like, man, I get there. I gotta get
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying?
Whenever.
Yeah.
She had an attitude with me.
But
You
on
gotta
the
go
flip
home.
side, okay, I do gotta say this.
Please,
So I
say it.
have
I know
some
where she going.
hairstylists and makeup
That's
artists, and
true.
they're
That's
late.
true.
How do you charge me the same price and your late.
I just had this
I just wanna
conversation.
say that
I had an event to go to, and my
That's
hair,
so
I
crazy
had
to
my
me.
hair late.
I just want to say this real quick because I did have an experience Saturday. I had to go get my hair done. My appointment was at 3:00. Okay, my appointment was at 3:00. I was running a few minutes late. When I say a few minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes. She texted me at 3:04, letting me know after 10 minutes I start charging you, and after 25 minutes it's a cancellation. But as she was texting me, I was pulling in. So I'm like, I'm pulling in. So I go inside the building at 3:05. I don't see her. 3:06, she gone. I said, I'm here. Where you at? She like, oh, I went to Coney Island.
What?
How the fuck she texting you?
So why are you texting me threatening to cancel my appointment?
And you ain't here.
So my thing is this.
She wasn't there. She was already in the Coney line when she texted you.
Hell yeah,
So
she
what
was.
pissed me off was, bitch, why are you even texting me? You would have been better off texting me. Cause so now if you were gonna charge me for being 10 minutes late, you're not here. She came back 30 minutes late. So should you take money off my bill?
Yes, she should.
She should.
I'm gonna tell you just like this and shit. You can't fix stupid.
No.
Apparently not.
But it seems to
It's a
be
lot of stylists
an
like that, though.
epidemic.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like in the city. So number one, I only let one person touch my hair. That's my cousin. I love her. Shout out to Brandy.
Period.
Y'all can't get y'all hair done by her because then y'all gonna mess up my appointment. I don't deal with that, but I hear from so many of my friends and family members that it's like, okay, I scheduled an appointment. She didn't touch my head until an hour later.
That's bold.
And I didn't
with
get
the
any
charge
money
her, she
off.
was
But
late.
if I'm 10 minutes late, my
You
whole
lose your
appointment is
deposit.
canceled.
Yeah,
Exactly.
or
You
they-
lose your
or they-
deposit.
yeah.
It's canceled. You gotta pay a deposit again when you have another appointment. And it's like, but where's that coming from? And no disrespect to the hairstylists, makeup artists in Detroit. I love y'all. However, it's so many of y'all that you can't afford to take that approach and have that attitude. Now, if you are the only hairstylist in Nebraska and it's only 30 black women in there, yeah, okay, you can do what you want. It's messed up, but you can do what you want. But we're talking
But
about
that's still
Detroit.
being unprofessional though.
But
It's
so
ridiculous.
Detroit people, they do hair and services well, but they lack professionalism down to a T.
And that's
y'all
free.
need to pick up a class
That's
when it comes to
free.
proper etiquette and
But no,
professionalism.
That's true. Let me do a class on business
the viral
etiquette.
thing
So-
with
so-
people getting upset when you don't say, hello, I would like to make an appointment for da-da-da-da. I've seen so many messages from Detroit artists where they're like, oh, I don't think I'm the right stylist for you. I don't think I'm the right makeup artist for you because someone didn't say good morning first to them. And it's like,
Rude
but you
bitches.
don't have proper etiquette either. I don't understand how that works.
Right.
Where is that a double-edged sword right there?
So let me ask you this: do you have like a disclaimer and stuff like that for clients and stuff when they first come in, what to expect from them, and then what they should expect from you, far as on a timely manner and stuff like that or whatever?
I do. I have a booking website. Everything is on there, like all of my policies and everything.
Okay.
So on my website, it says that they have a 10-minute grace period.
Okay.
Now, I don't text people like, oh, you're about to get canceled or nothing like that. I kind of just wait for them to reach out to me because I had, times where people would do a no-show and I'll reach out to them and they won't even respond or answer. So now I just kind of let people, let me know if they're going to be late. And if they don't, then I'll just not expect them to come. But if they show up and it's, within a good time for me, I'll still take them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because I was gonna say, like, you might want to go ahead, like anybody, by me being a personal trainer and stuff like that or whatever, people don't realize like your time is very important. So if you're a timely orientated person or whatever, you know what I'm saying, then you might want to go ahead and just for anybody, just not say you or whatever, just put it in, say writing or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, as far as your policy, and say, hey, if you such and such minutes late or whatever, this and that and other, it's an upcharge.
Yep.
How about that? You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And if I can get you in, because if you going, so say if you're scheduled for say 10 o'clock, but you had somebody else and say at 11, they get there and say at 10:30 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to push somebody else back.
Yeah.
That's not fair for the next person.
Exactly.
And I can
You know what I'm saying?
understand
So, yeah.
And I don't have those kind of experiences. In the 5 years, like even if I do fall behind, I'll make sure I catch up before the next person comes, and I'm not rushing.
Yeah. Right.
So I make sure even if they're like
But
10 or
even if it
15
does,
minutes
yeah.
late, I know yes or no I can do this. Like
Or
if I
just
know
give
for a
yourself
fact I
enough-
can't do it,
enough
I'll
time,
say
yeah,
no.
to
Mhm.
where the next person that's coming in that you know enough time in between.
Yeah,
Even if
because I
it's
still
over
gotta
the time.
sanitize,
Yeah,
clean my
yeah.
brushes,
Definitely.
make sure I'm prepping for the next
Yeah.
person. Like that's going. My brushes are going on their faces.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And then not only that though, and what you probably could do too in this day and age and stuff is, like set up your Cash App and stuff like that or whatever. As far as like, hey, this is a deposit for like if you're late or anything. You know what I'm saying? As far as to cover your grace period.
Yeah.
True. Nah, I never thought of that.
You know what I'm saying?
My booking website takes their initial deposit, but for the late fees or
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
that.
Like a no call, no show,
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just, hey, like I said, in this day and age or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's about, hey, your time is more valuable.
Yes.
So you don't want to go ahead and like I said and like kind of like mess somebody else's time up or whatever because you don't want to do that. You know what
And
I'm saying?
I understand
just
that.
another idea.
My biggest thing is just make sure, not for you, 'cause
Yeah.
I know you on your shit,
Yeah.
but for the girls who do have those policies, if you're gonna implement those policies, make sure that shit apply for it when you fucking
On
late
your
too.
end as well.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like you can't sit there and say this all of this apply to your client, but you walk up in there smelling like weed and 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
So also, oh my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just about to say, we about to get into our main topic, but before we do,
Hold on, man. I had one more question.
well, go ahead.
Go ahead.
So the only question that I had, shut up, don't say nothing.
Ready,
Hey, look. How would you look? I'm just gonna give you a scenario real quick.
Okay.
If a person came to you with a big ass herpes on their fucking lip, right? Would you turn them away or would you complete the job?
I have to turn them away.
Okay.
You can't come with any open scars, wounds, anything. I actually turned someone away for having car accident scars, and I had to apologize because it's not like I'm, discriminating. But if it were to be infected, I can't use those brushes again.
Okay. What if they be like and shit? It's a cold sore.
Or you know what? I could do it if I tell them to bring all their own stuff. I will service you. I will service you.
All right, there we go.
But we can't use mine, baby.
Right.
See? There we
And
go.
I'm gonna wear gloves.
All right.
So before we get into the main topic, give everybody your info where they can reach you. At.
Yeah.
You can follow me on Instagram at dialbydimps_. You can follow me on Facebook at Tiara Williams. That's TIERA Williams. My booking link is dialbydimps.as.me. And I think that's it. Oh, my business number is 313-805-8416.
Hit her up, y'all.
Make sure y'all book me the job.
Make sure y'all check her out.
Check her out. Bring
Visit
y'all
her page.
kids. Hey, look, bring y'all kids and stuff, y'all daughters and stuff like that to a workshop and stuff like
Right.
that.
Yes.
Make
I
sure
also
y'all
host
support.
private parties. So if y'all want to
that's
book
what's up, yeah.
for
There you go.
little kids' birthday party,
Yeah.
slumber party, makeup, whatever, for adults too, girls' nights, I host all of
check her
that.
out.
All right. Just,
Yep.
just don't bring that hurt dog.
All right.
Or the negative energy.
Just don't bring that negative energy.
Or that COVID. Don't bring COVID
Yeah,
with
don't
you.
bring COVID
That
either.
shit
But
is-
make sure y'all book with the dial, okay?
You know what I'm saying? And
So,
none of them musty faces.
So we about to get into our main topic. Before we do that, if you want to call in and got any questions for anybody here, the number is 248-240-2380. Again, that's 248-240-2380. And our main topic of today is verbal
Verbal
mental,
and mental
abuse.
Oh,
And that's meaning towards anybody. If it's towards kids, your spouse, you receiving it from your job, anything of that nature like that. We're going to touch on it and what causes it and really the effect of it.
So I want to start off by saying going to the parents first. Okay. One, I was a victim of verbal and mental abuse, and I hear a lot of parents that talk to their kids reckless. It's women that call their daughters bitches and hoes, and it's women that call their sons niggas and punk ass bitches. That shit, and I hear a lot of black women that talk to their kids reckless. I've never called my son a nigga. I've never called my daughter a bitch or a hoe, but I grew up in a home where those were the names that was given to us. If my mom got upset, you was a punk ass motherfucking bitch, you this, that. And I'm gonna just tell you this, your first bully is always your family member. You know what I'm saying? It always comes from the family member first. And I'm gonna tell y'all that physical abuse is horrible, but your wounds heal. And I'm not ever justifying physical abuse. But when you get to mentally and verbally abusing somebody, that shit never heals. It fucks with your self-esteem. It fucks with who you are. And you carry that shit on from a child to an adult. You know what I'm saying? And you become more accessible to people talking to you like that, and you become you end up dealing with
You
it.
accept it.
You accept it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is absolutely horrible. But my biggest thing that I definitely want to touch on is I hear a lot of women cussing their kids out and calling them names. That shit is not right, and you are fucking up your child's esteem
Future.
before they can even make it into the big world. You already just fucked them up talking to them like that. It gotta be a different way. Like, I understand, like, I get frustrated as a parent too, but you don't call your kids stupid, retard, dumb. Like, you don't do shit like that. And I get it, it's a learned behavior, but it gotta come to a point to where you gotta realize that shit it doesn't help, and it really fucks you up. Like, it happened to me, but that doesn't mean that I should go around calling my kids the same thing. Exactly. The reason why I don't do that, because I remember how it affected me. The first time my mother ever called me a bitch, I was only in the 3rd grade. I remember that. It affected me to a T. Like, it still affects me, so I would never talk to my kid like that. So that's what these women and single black mothers, because I understand you frustrated, you mad, you ain't got no help, but it does not give you a right to talk to your kids like that. Your kids did not ask to be here.
No, they didn't.
So don't lash out at them because you laid down with some sorry ass nigga that ain't helping you with the fucking kids. That's not their fault. Right. It's not their fault. So y'all gotta learn how to talk to y'all kids better if you want them to have good self-esteem and love themselves. It starts with the way you talk to them.
Absolutely. I agree.
So let me ask anybody this or whatever. Do you believe that verbal abuse have to be, presented with, say, cuss words?
No, not at all. No, not at all. You can simply tell a child, like, if they say, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor, you simply laughing and saying, a doctor.
You ain't gonna be no doctor.
That's verbal abuse.
That's
right
verbal abuse.
And emotional.
Say you can't be one. For you to laugh and give off the impression of, like, that's not achievable for you, that's verbal abuse. And so I think a lot of times people don't think that they're verbally abusing, especially when it comes to children. They don't think they're being verbally abusive because they don't curse. You can say, I fucking love you, and that is received well, but you cursed. Yeah. And then you can say, you're just not that good. You're not great. Yeah. And that's hurtful. Yeah. So you don't have to curse to tear someone down. You don't have to hurt. You don't have to curse in order for it to truly be something that's abusive. And I think people often look past that and don't understand that just because you're not cursing at your child doesn't mean that you're not hurting them. You could be harming them. And self-esteem truly starts with the parents or whoever is rearing you. Self-esteem doesn't start from self when you're a child. Someone does something or instills something into you, or you see something, and that tells you how you should think and view of yourself.
But you know what's so bad? The people that do that shit think that's normal. You know what I'm saying? They think it's normal in their head because instead of them realizing, I'm really messing my kid up. Like, he's gonna go in his relationships and do this shit and think
they
it's
don't think
okay.
that far.
You know what I'm saying? No. Like, you broke the cycle. I've been through the same thing. My mom was physically abusive, right? Mexicans have a way of doing shit and then act like they ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, hey, mom, remember you used to do that? I never did that to you. Man. Oh, yeah. And but my dad was verbally and physically. He would start a sentence with you and end it with you, so you knew you was talking to you, like, you no good motherfucker, dumb. You know, that's horrible. But they don't realize you have to break that cycle. Right. I broke the cycle. My brothers have broken the cycle because later on down the line, why you think kids are doing the shit they do? Why you think they shooting up the fucking school right now? Why you think they're bullying other kids? They're so emotionally fucked up, they don't know how to deal with it. Right? So they're taking it out to get that release. And until minorities go to fucking therapy and go to counseling and deal with this shit, it's always going to be bad. Because I'm going to say this as a man. You should never be in a relationship and discount and down your mate or put your mate down. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship, you two should be lifting each other up. And that goes for women too. Women shouldn't be going with your little this and your little bullshit and you ain't gonna do shit.
That's a problem.
And women think, because I dated a girl and basically we were having a disagreement. she was yelling. I said, you acting like a real nigga right now. She said, well, you acting like a real bitch. But this is the shit she's used to.
Right.
I said, okay, this relationship is over. Because for one, I'm not disrespecting you, but you're not going to fucking push my buttons to the point where you think I am going to physically attack you. And if I feel like it's getting to that point, you don't need to be around me.
Yeah, but even that word nigga for her might have still been
It was triggering.
That's true.
It was
because
triggering.
like usually when I say like, oh, you acting like a nigga, that's a
triggering.
negative connotation.
Negative, yeah.
I'm not saying
It sounds
that
like you're
in a
saying you
polite
acting
way.
ghetto.
And don't, by all means, I'm not downplaying her by calling you a bitch. By all means, that's just
No, I get what you're
when
saying.
you can't. And I say this all the time. You need to leave that man when you know you don't respect him. When you start talking to him crazy, there's a lack of something, and it doesn't make it right on both ends. But I say this to say there's no elevation in that relationship if you can't take yourself to the point of understanding like either I'm gonna respect him or I'm not. But most of the time I almost hate to say it, but once you lose that respect, it's over.
But some women come in disrespecting
gonna say,
because they're used to dysfunction. You know what I'm saying?
That's normal for them.
You could get a guy who won't argue with you, like, oh, this
And they
relationship
they
is
wanna
smooth,
argue. They
but
keep
they'll
on
start
poking
some
you
shit.
into-
They'll
Yeah.
start some
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
because they're used to being physically abused or verbally abused, and they don't understand the consequences later down the line.
Because I experienced that. I went through that, and it's like you said, they don't be understanding. They do the verbal abuse, and if it isn't halfway decent, man, he not returning it. But it'll push you to the point to where if you stay there, you'll get tired of it and you start returning it. But then you find yourself coming out of character, and then that's when it's to the point where you like, no, I gotta leave this alone because you done took me
out of my
someplace
element.
that I'm not. That's not
Absolutely.
me.
Yeah.
And so that's both ways, men and women. If that's why I tell people. A lot of people tell you to stick in relationships, and I do believe in that. You stick in there until you feel you can't stick in there no more. But if it's toxic and you can't deal with it, get the fuck away.
Get the
from
fuck
that.
away
Because
immediately.
you gonna end up. Both of y'all gonna end up. You gonna end up hating each other. And you gonna end up making shit a lot worse, especially if you got kids. Because then it'll start rubbing off on these kids.
It will.
But there's so many men that stay in bad relationships because they talk about the kids. You don't know how many men I've heard complain about the fact that their significant other is doing this or doing that, and their rationale is usually because of the kids.
But that's fucking up the kids even more though.
Yeah, because the kids not setting y'all up on each other.
Yeah.
They see that this is not healthy, and like we said, it all starts with the parenting, because a lot of people get into situations and relationships, and for them, arguing is normal. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. A fight is just a part of a relationship. Cussing this person out is normal, but that's because if the person who gave birth to me calls me a bitch when she's mad, and if she tells me that I'm dumb, or if she tells me this and she loves me more than anybody else in the world, then if I'm with this man who says he loves me, then it's normal for him to get upset and call me a bitch. And so that's how people internalize it. And that's why when you said go to therapy, it's so necessary.
It is.
That's when it all comes out.
That's where you heal.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
That's
but we
where you do
gotta
the healing.
But the other portion too is the community. And what I say about that, how many rappers talk about how their teachers told them they weren't gonna be shit?
Everybody.
And there's some truth to that though, because I just had this conversation with some people at my daughter's school, and I said, how are you guys emotionally supporting children at this time? You keep asking them to meet a certain regular curriculum or criteria for grades. I said, I had to tell, my daughter, I said, look, there's a level of that they assess you on. At home, I'm not assessing you off of your grades.
Right.
I'm assessing you off of your morals, your behavior, how you treat people. There's some certain skills you need to have in life, like managing money and things like that.
Right.
Those are things that I care about. But when you talk to these directors of schools, these principals, these teachers, they don't even want to be there.
Yeah.
The stuff that I hear my daughter tell me and come home from school on a consistent basis is wild. I talked to one of her teachers one time on the phone, and she was just ready, guns blazing, talking crazy. I
But
said,
you know what,
if
though?
you talk to me like that, I know you talk to my daughter like that, because you think you can get away with it.
I will say, not defending the teachers, but them fucking teachers is fed up because these disrespectful ass goddamn kids and these parents not checking their kids. They're tired, they're underpaid, and they're being bullied. and they're being mentally abused and verbally abused by a student. Imagine
And
a
the parents.
13-year-old talking to you reckless, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No, for
All right.
sure.
Imagine a 13-year-old walking up in your face and snatching something from you and doing like this, and if you dare haul up and slap the fuck out of them, because that's what the fuck you should do, then you get charged. So you got a lot of these teachers. Y'all remember my sister came on the show. What did she say? My sister loved teaching up until now. She hates her job to the point to where she can't stand the kids anymore because you got these not my baby parents.
Yep. Yep.
Not my baby.
Right.
You got me fucked up. Don't you dare. But your
exactly
daughter
what
and
they
your
be.
son is out there clowning.
So which is crazy though is like, you know, people will send their kids and stuff to these schools and stuff like that or whatever and shit. And at the end of the day, a lot of fucking parents and shit, let's talk about it like this. A lot of parents and shit, you know what I'm saying, look at dropping their kids off at school is just merely daycare. You know what I'm saying? Just for a place and shit, you know what I'm saying, just to occupy their fucking kids.
Yeah.
They not really
To be babysitters, right? Yeah.
Especially after COVID, because I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to drop mine off. Get the fuck up out of here now.
So look, y'all make sure, hey look, we got a lot of people that's watching or whatever. Make sure y'all like, share, and motherfucking subscribe if y'all haven't already. You know what I'm saying? And call in. Yeah.
240-2380.
I was gonna ask you guys, what about work mental
I was just about to
abuse?
bring that up.
Because a lot of people going through
A
that.
lot of that comes because, and then you have the employee who was promoted and think he the shit now. He a manager. or
Power
whatever.
tripping.
Yeah. And then they want to talk.
It's
to you
all
that type
ego
of way.
based.
And then you gotta figure it out because you gotta balance it. You don't want to lose your job. At the same time, you don't want to let this motherfucker disrespect you.
Let me just tell y'all, I've lost my job each and every motherfucking time that shit happened to me.
Yeah.
Because what you not gonna do, I fought an old lady named Geraldine. I was 19.
Call in so we can hear your side.
Geraldine,
I'm
she
screaming.
probably dead now.
Hey, we want to hear you, Geraldine.
Geraldine.
We already be having Karen calling in.
Where you at, Jodine?
Hey, look, we already be having Karen calling in.
Geraldine was 60 and I was 19. And I always vowed when I turn older, I'll never be the old lady that look down on black women that's dressed. You know, I'll never be that bitter ass bitch.
Yeah,
because
the
I know
old
I
bitter
would.
bitch. Yeah.
She was an old bitter bitch, and she was talking to me reckless, and I was trying to ignore her because I was trying to go off the morals of she's my elder. I respect that, but y'all know a lot of elders
can't
be,
go
they
by
be
that.
taking advantage
They
of
be
that shit.
entitled.
Yeah,
they
they
go by that
entitled.
all the
They
time.
entitled. So she got to putting her finger in my face, and that's when I have an issue with that because my mom used to do that. And when she put the finger in my face, I lost it. So I pushed her finger away from my face. You know, this old bitch threw a hot boiling spaghetti sauce at me. She burnt the side of my arm, and I snatched the pot from her, and I beat the fuck out of this damn lady.
With it.
On the job.
With the pot.
On the
With
job.
the pot?
Yeah.
With the pot.
See?
Oh, Jeremy.
And look, my
And I
boss
would've did the
so
same
petty.
thing.
The pothead didn't send it. Do y'all know they took money out my check for that fucking pot?
For the pot.
Y'all need to take money out of Jodine. Check for that hospital bill because I know she burnt your skin.
But listen, even though she burnt the side of my arm, I didn't feel shit. I tried to knock
Yeah,
that
'cause
whole
you were
fucking lady's
enraged.
eye off.
So Keys, look. So speaking about say old people, right? You know, just not say old people, but they do this shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like far as an experience and shit, you know that I probably didn't have, and y'all probably had it too. So let me ask y'all this: like, do you know when you being gaslighted? And then that's part one, and then when somebody is gaslighting you or whatever, you know, is that considered like mental or verbal abuse to you?
I feel like
I think it's mental and emotional.
Yep.
And his mama did it. You heard him say his mom said, I never did that.
I never did that.
Yep.
No.
That's
But gaslighting and shit is a little bit more, to me, I would say, psychological and deeper because when a person is actually doing this shit, they are already manipulating you and shit in that moment. You know what I'm saying? To where they'll be like and shit, hey, you know, you should do X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying, because of, you know, whatever and shit, however, this and that and other. Knowing damn well, like, they can probably do some shit themselves, but then they'll try to play and shit on your empathy, sympathy, and whatever and shit for you to do some shit, knowing that it might be some shit that you really don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And they don't fucking deserve your energy and time to doing that.
So-
But then the shit say for example, say if your mother or something or your father came up to you and be like, hey, I really would love if you could go ahead and buy me X, Y, and Z. But then the shit, in the meantime, your whole fucking relationship, they treat you like shit. They don't never, you know what I'm saying, be supportive or something like that or whatever. But then they'll be like, well, you know I'm your mother, or you know I'm your father and shit. So you know what I'm saying, and just try
I feel
to.
like minority men suffer from that a lot, though. Y'all mamas
Maybe because
like your girl.
They play the victim.
Maybe
And I'm not saying this. So I want to be very clear to the people that are listening. I'm not saying it's every minority male, but I do see more commonly.
I'm a majority though. I'm not a minority.
So and they know who I'm talking about.
I'm a global
the
majority.
point I'm making is I think that it's important that there's a separation boundary with the moms and their sons, especially because I see it more predominantly.
Yes.
And I've dated white guys, I've dated Latino guys, I've dated black dudes. So
But the first part of the question is, do you know when you being gaslighted?
Yeah, but you do.
See what I'm saying?
You do
But
sometimes.
no, my thing is because they're being gaslighted by their own mom. I think that how do I put it? It's like a building block. When people are manipulative like that, they'll start with small building blocks.
Yeah.
And they do small stuff, and it's almost like them testing your boundaries and your limits. And then especially depending on if this is an intimate work relationship, your mom, your dad, whatever.
But see, I will say this
It's a
though,
building block.
far as
So a lot of times gaslighting creeps up on you.
Yeah.
But I will say this though, just far as just my experience or whatever, I do know somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's a woman that's been gaslighted damn near her whole fucking life by her moms.
Has she
You see what I'm saying? And
has she ever gone to therapy? Just curious.
no, but she need to. You see what I'm saying? Because just listening to say her spouse or whatever, you know what I'm saying, it's always more so, like a lot of times and stuff, a lot of women and stuff don't want to listen to like their male spouse about things, and they'll more so listen to their girlfriends first. So then and shit, you know what I'm saying, it's like, in a relationship or whatever, you know what I'm saying, a guy be like, well, damn, I was telling you the same shit that your girlfriend said, so why you didn't listen? You understand what I'm saying? So I guess what I'm saying is like, when you are being gaslighted, just know you being manipulated. And to me, I would say I would consider that shit, you know what I'm saying, verbal and mental abuse just in general.
I think by the time that it happens, it's like delayed response. Somebody blatantly being verbally.
And then sometimes when it comes to the parents,
it's like slick shit.
I don't even think they know they gaslighting you. They
know they on some bullshit.
I mean, they know they bullshit. But what I mean by that is that they may feel, okay, you my child, this is expected from you. This is what you should do. And they don't think that, okay, just because it is still boundaries with child and parents. Like it's some things that you have to be like, okay, look, Dad, I can't do this. Mom, I can't do that. And you can't get an attitude about it because I'm doing my shit right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I get time, I'll do it. But don't make me feel guilty about it because I'm telling you no at this time.
That's why I brought up that scenario.
I think what happens is there comes a point where you have to let these people know you're an adult.
Yes.
I'm not a kid. And like you said, Keys, like bullying in the family. Like I haven't talked to my aunt in 30 years. Right? I'm at my mom's. I answered the phone one day. I'm like, who's this? She's like, put your mother on the phone, you little brat. This is what she said. I said, who the fuck you think you talking to? Right. I said, I'm a grown-ass man. I ain't talked to you in 30 years. I ain't a little kid no more. Right. You better watch who the fuck you're talking to.
Well, let me ask you this, though. When she called you a brat and you responded like that, were you triggered off of something else that she may have did to you when you were a kid? Because I feel like that may have been a little bit extreme. Unless she had been doing something to you as a kid.
Yeah, they think that they could still run that because I'm going to tell you the truth. I even got to check my mom sometimes and be like, don't tell me how to raise my son. This is my son.
Yeah.
And then she'll back off.
Right.
You got to understand, I'm grown. I don't have to listen to you. I don't live in your house. You don't pay my bills. So it's got to come a time where they still going to try to play that victim and play like you the kid, but you got to break that shit like, I ain't doing that no more, you know?
And I will say this before, because we run out of time. family members are not, and I learned this from my therapist, you are allowed to terminate anything that's toxic for you, including a fucking family member.
Yes, my
Just
therapist told me the
because-
same thing.
Absolutely. Just because somebody is your family member, because we feel
They
like
are
when a
not off
person is your
limits.
family member that we just have to deal with the bullshit. No, you do not. If it's something toxic for you, if it's draining you, if it's causing you stress, then you are allowed to terminate it. It doesn't matter who it is, because at the end of the day, your health comes first.
Yeah.
Love people from a distance.
Okay.
Yes,
Amen.
absolutely.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to.
Yeah.
All right, we
So-
about to get into
We got
Segment
facts
with
with Frank.
Facts with
Shit,
Frank
you know what I'm saying? We
building.
gotta make it quick.
And you know what? My whole fact change. I had something to say.
I know you did.
But let me say this: facts.
Go ahead.
Go to therapy.
Yes,
That's
I
facts.
highly recommend.
Let's go to therapy. Stop looking down. Stop being abusive. Stop thinking it's okay. That's fact number one. Go to therapy. Fact number two: because you say you're innocent until proven guilty.
No,
Damn it. That is facts number two.
We gonna come back to it sometime. I'm like, all right, here it comes.
Just because I asked for
bringing this
proof doesn't mean I'm guilty. Damn it. Fact number three. Stop being fucking ghetto with these black businesses.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And I'm gonna say this.
yes, yes.
I did a show. I wanted to make it to the thing, right? That didn't happen. They told me be there at 2. I'm there at 2. They don't want to start till 4:35 when they said it starts at 2.
This is why you didn't come to the
Right.
Yeah.
So look here, look. I don't give a fuck. Johnny on his way. Johnny been on his way for 3 motherfucking hours. Okay,
Yeah, that's crazy.
People that show up deserve the respect of starting on time.
Yeah.
Because you booked me 2 months ago, that little 300 you gave me, one shit.
Yeah.
Because I gave you a discount. Don't mean you get to take up my time for
Right.
4
And
fucking
it's
hours.
gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Valuable,
And this goes for the businesses and the hairstylists. Stop acting like you doing business. People don't owe you shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Our customer service got to get 100% better.
And it sucks.
And it's terrible.
Especially in
That's
Detroit.
crazy.
Yeah,
It
and because
sucks.
we have a certain type of attitude.
Yes.
So those are my facts for this week.
All right, Frank.
Okay,
Love
Frank,
them.
with the facts.
So hey, look, Frank, yep.
Innocent
facts.
until proven guilty.
See, that's what we fucked that.
Definitely go to therapy.
Yes.
We on guilty by association.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I'm
Goddamn.
gonna go to therapy because I'm not a fucking liar. Innocent.
There you go.
Right there.
Prove that shit. So hey, look, this is the conclusion of Straight Shooting Podcast. So what we got going on next week, Drake?
So look, we got next week's guest is Brandy J. She's the owner of what's that? Be Couture?
Yeah,
Style?
Be Couture.
Be Couture
Fashion
Style.
stores, yep.
Be Couture Fashions, Styles Fashion, sorry. Brandy J will be in the building. We want to make an announcement right now, since we didn't let y'all know last week.
Talking, Mike a little bit.
We have, for the past few weeks, we've had special guest co-hosts, and we were doing the tryouts for another host for the show since we left. We got Frank in the house, so Frank is part of the show. He came on, but we were still looking for another co-host, and we found one last week, y'all. She's here on the show today. And we'd like to welcome Lena to the show.
Welcome, Lena. Hey, girl. I thought you'd been here.
This is her second week.
For sure. Definitely great choice.
I did pull up like I've been here.
Yeah,
shout out.
for
So
sure.
so we want to thank all.
Technically, I found her. Technically, I found her. I just wanted to say that.
You did.
I have the eye.
She,
You know what I'm saying? Technically, I found her.
Keys
So
wanted
that's
the
my
props for
props.
us,
So
so
my props
we'll
only.
give her the props.
That's a
for
great
it.
choice. Yeah. She's definitely a great
Because she
one.
light skinned. Let's keep it real. It's all light skinned.
She told all that shit.
La familia.
So look, we want to thank all the previous guests, special guests that tried out. We want to thank our guest today, special
thanks.
guest Kayla Reynolds. Thank you for coming in the building.
Great job, Kayla.
And We want to thank our guest, Tierra.
Thank you for having me. I had a great experience.
Y'all always welcome to come on back.
Always.
You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm
would
saying?
love to come back.
Yeah, definitely.
If you got anything and shit, you know what I'm saying, in the future to promote and stuff
Yes.
like that, get
Come
at
on
us.
back.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
I actually think you did a great job, Kayla.
Yeah.
If we had room to add another co-host, we probably would bring you right on too.
Yeah.
You did do a great job.
And I'm not gonna keep sharing the mic, so I'm sorry. I love nephew, but
Maybe once we move up and get our own space and we got everything, we bring you on in.
Right.
But that's the show for today. We want to thank everybody who tuned in, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everybody that tapped in on social media. Shout out to y'all. And everybody that's just been watching the show and rocking with us from the beginning, all our new viewers and everything. But we are out.